Hi guys, and welcome to another one of my online Rome Total War commentary battles. Today we are going to have another 3 versus 3 31k rules. This time there's a few factions that we don't normally see, so it'll be interesting to see this game. I'm playing alongside Lucius from the Heaven clan, so a fellow Heaven member, and I'm also playing alongside Tig from the Brotherhood clan. Often I play with Tig on 31k games early in the morning, some days when I've got a day off work. So I thought I'd put up one of these videos, just a bit of a shout out to the Tig. We're going to be playing against IBEROS clan member, a guy, I can't pronounce his name, IGen-DuqedeAba, and our friend Butter, who is known as Spider Pig from the FOAH clan. He's using Macedon, as you can see, and another clan member from the Fallen Angels of Heaven, a guy called Sandy Star 99, using the German faction. So I'll quickly introduce the armies. When we chose our units, we went really heavy on the archers because we're against 2 pike factions and we're against Germany. So the plan was to try and hold the pikes and then shoot them in the back with the archers, and also use the archers to shoot the Germans because they've got little to no armor. So if we look at Lucius's build, he has got 4 cav, as you can see. He's also got, if I count these archers, 4 archers and the rest urbans. So that's 13 urbans. Oh no, sorry, 14 urbans. Mental arithmetic wasn't great there. I've only actually brought 1 archer, and if you can just about see, I've got this archer hidden in the back in the long grass, just in case we need to use it as an emergency, or in case they were to rush our archers and kill the majority of them. I thought I'll keep 1 at the back there just as a backup. So I've got 6 cav and then 13 gold urbans with a few experience upgrades. I've got my guys in a bit of a checkerboard formation. This is to try and help hold the line against any pikes that move forward. Potentially 2 units can hold the line whilst the other ones throw their peeler. That's the plan anyway. And then Tig, he's gone for something very similar, but he's actually brought 7 archers, which is quite rare. 4 cav and the rest urbans. So it's quite an odd build there. Usually people don't go so heavy on the archers, so interesting to see how it goes. The IBEROS clan member, he's brought Carthage, so he's brought the Sacred Band. He's brought 20 Sacred Band units, so really strong infantry there, but their big vulnerability is going to be from missile fire, so hence why we brought so many missile units. Spider Pig has gone for a bit of a balanced build. He's got 2 Cretan archers, 4 companion cav, and he's also got rest pikes. If we look closely at his pikes, he has got 13, it looks like, royal pikemen and 1 militia pike unit. He's got these 2 in loose formation to act as a peeler screen, because he knows he's going to be fighting probably against a lot of urbans. And then if we look at the Fallen Angels of Heaven, clan member Sandy Star, he's brought you 3 typical berserkers. He's brought 4 archer warbands. It's probably to try and help win the archer battle, but against overwhelming archer numbers with our guys, it's going to be pretty hard to do that. 6 Gothic cav, so this is going to be really good if he gets a good strike in with his berserkers. And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chosen axemen, which are going to be great against urbans because they've got that axe, which is great at penetrating armor. So the game's going to start off with all members getting into the center. Basically we want to get into good formation, into a good position before we start advancing forward. So you can see Carthage is coming up to the the Royal Pikes, the Macedonian forces. Now, I've got my guys in the centre. I've thrown out 2 cav units here. The reason why I've done that, I just really want to try and distract Spider Pig here. So hopefully he's going to bring his cav. Not really planning on doing much, but if I can just keep them around here, I can hopefully harass the enemy. And then if I do get a chance, maybe quickly get in there and kill a few of their archer units. Sandy, he's moved his German army behind the 2 pikes. He wants to keep his Germans well and truly out of range of our archer fire. And then hopefully, I'm imagining they want to try and get us pinned up on these pikes and then go in for a decisive charge with the German faction. As I said in a previous video, Germany is not really a skirmish faction. They're really a rush faction. You want to make sure that you go in all guns blazing to try and cause a mass rout of the enemy forces. So we're slowly going to be moving forward. As you can see here, I've still got my hidden archer force at the back. And it looks like Spider Pig, he's bringing out a couple of his Cretan archers, probably to try and shoot my cav. I'm just going to be moving around, just trying to harass these guys for a bit. I'll just speed it up a few moments, just so you can see our guys advancing forwards. So you can see my guys now being shot, so I've put them into loose formation. I probably won't keep them here for very long, because I can't really charge in at these Cretan archers, because they are defended by some heavily upgraded companion cavalry. But I don't mind if Spider Pig wants to take a few shots. These guys are in loose formation, and hopefully we can draw them forward to get them in a range of Tig's 7 auxiliary archers. So Tig's moving his guys forward. We want to try and draw them forward, get our archers into range so we can start picking them, shooting down these pike units, or shooting down the archers. If you look closely at the Sacred Band, they've got massive shields, so it's going to be hard to try and shoot these guys face on. We want to try and get a shot at the back or from the sides. So here we go. They're forming up. Want to make sure there's no gaps between the units. Tig's running his guys forwards. It's probably going to try and run them back. Again, it's trying to entice these guys to run forward. So I've got my guys back into formation. We have suffered a few casualties, but it's nothing too drastic. Lucius's archers and Tig's archers, they're in range, so they're raining down upon these pike units. Now, purely because the amount of archers and the volume of arrow fire, we should be able to penetrate a few and kill a few of these Royal Pikes. Spider Pig's going to put his guys now into loose formations. He's probably having a few casualties at the moment, so to try and reduce the casualties, he's put his guys into loose formation. Carthage doesn't really need to worry about it too much because of their armoured unit and because of those huge shields that they've got. The archer fire won't really do too much damage to them. Now, because Germany have got their guys at the back, what we're trying to do at this stage is that Tig will face Carthage, I will face Macedon, and hopefully Lucius can swing his urbans around the sides to try and get a flank attack. If we can attack these pikes from the flank, we're going to be should be victorious with that. So Carthage is coming in here. He's got one guy in loose formation. Tig's going to throw in a volley of Peeler to try and attack these guys, and also then go in for attack as his guys are in tight formation. As he's doing this, he's going to pull back his units. Every time we do this, we're slowly drawing them forward and trying to slowly flank them. But whilst this is all going on, we've got an incredible amount of archers shooting down into these pikes. Tig's put one of his guys into Testudo with guard mode on there. That's to try and mess up this Carthage formation, because if we can surround or wrap around these individual units, will be quite good. Also, Tig's got his archers here. They're doing some flank shots at these Carthage units. As you can see, they're not in a great formation at the moment. And the Testudo is holding its ground, probably because of the increased upgrades that he's got on those units, because he saved so much money by getting so many archer units. So the German faction, they're coming into the back here. It looks like they're probably getting ready to strike forward onto Tig. So it's going to be important that he can hold the line there. His urbans are very heavily upgraded. Tig's moving his cav out the way. And now in come the Macedonian cav. And they are supported with the Gothic cav. And there's a couple of Sacred Band infantry there. So it's not looking too good for Tig's cavalry. I've thrown in a couple of my units. There's a few units of ours that are now routing. If you look at the companion cav, you know, they've got a great charge bonus, so they'll probably have an initial rout. My guys are still holding their ground because they're upgrades, and 1 versus 1 melee fights, they should do quite well, but they have got overwhelming numbers against them. So I'm going to pull my guys out and quickly try and attack these few Carthage Macedonian companion cav. They're going to rout. If we look on this side now, as I've mentioned, Lucius has successfully managed to move his units around the side to flank the Macedonian pikemen. So we've got my guys here on one side, Lucius on there, and we've got Macedon in the centre. So a bit of a sandwich going on. In the meantime, Sandy's sent in his German faction, his units. So you can see he's got the Sacred Band and the Chosen Axemen, and the Berserkers have been unleashed at the moment. Now, I'm going to try and send in my cav here, wrapped around the side, to try and charge into this big clump of spearmen. And then once I've charged in, I'm going to try and pull my guys out. I'm really conscious that Tig's guys have taken a big attack here. They've got Carthage attacking as well as the Germans, as well as a few Berserker units. So I'm going to be pulling out my guys and sending them back in there to try and rout these units as soon as possible. Now Spider Pig, he's realised that he's being flanked, so he's put his guys into almost a box formation. That's basically to try and prevent the urbans pouring through. If he can get his guys into a tight box formation, he should do quite well. But in the meantime, we've got the archers firing into the backs of these pikemen. On this side, I'm sending in my cav here. I'm trying to attack isolated Carthaginian units to free up my infantry and to free up Tig's infantry. I'm conscious that his general's there, so I don't want that general unit to rout, as that will affect the whole Julii faction. So I'm putting my guys out again, and I'm probably going to try and strike again at some units. In the meantime, it looks like the overwhelming Julii forces of Lucius is starting to punch through these Macedonian box formation. With that, the general unit's now routed. That's going to cause panic within the Macedonian forces and basically cause them to slowly rout. My guys are still holding their ground. They're trying to punch a hole on this small little box formation that the Carthaginians have formed. In the meantime, there's loads of archer fire coming in from all sides. There's very little that the Carthage player can do. I've now brought my archer unit out of hiding. There's nothing much really that can deal with it. There's no point. It's pretty much a wrapped up battle at this stage. These poor Sacred Bands, they're trying to hold out against these overwhelming urbans. So it's just literally a matter of time before they break. Again, we've got the archers. They're raining missile fire. They've been switched now to fire mode. This will basically bring down the morale of the Carthaginians. As you can see, if you hold my cursor above them, it says panic due to fire, as well as overwhelming numbers. I've come in there with my cav. It's just a case of trying to mop up these units at this stage. There's a few German faction units running around here at the moment, but it looks like Sandy Star has admitted defeat. So it was a great game. Really shows when Rome work together that they can defeat the Pike factions. Probably in my next battle that I'm trying to host, I'll probably show the Greeks using their pikes and show them how devastating they can be against Rome if they are used correctly. But if I look at the kills at the moment, I've managed to get 1,226 kills. Lucius has got an incredible amount of kills, 1,844 kills. It's probably from all of those archers that he had, just really picking away at the Carthaginian forces. Tig, 1,413 kills. Again, probably from all of those archers that he had, really just tearing up the Carthaginians and as well as the Macedonians. Sadly, Carthage only got 759 kills. Spider Pig sadly only got 468 kills. Basically, I believe it's because Spider Pig was sandwiched between my forces as well as Lucius's forces, so there's quite little that he could actually do. And if I look at lastly Sandy Star, he got 698 kills. He never really got into the full flow of the battle because his forces were almost trapped behind the Carthaginian pikes, so his chosen axemen really couldn't knock down Tig's infantry. But it was a great game. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed playing it. If you do like the battle, please leave a little comment, put a little like, subscribe, give me a little shout, and hopefully if you have any ideas or any types of battles you want to see, just let me know and I'm sure I can rustle something up for you. So this is Biscuits of the Heaven Clan signing out, and hope you guys and girls are alright. Thanks so much for all of the watches and so much for all of the subs and the comments. Really does mean a lot. So all the best and thanks once again. Okay, bye now.